first down. Busy through the air in the first half, and he gets things going here with a touchdown. Plenty of room for Albert. A beautiful cut into the end zone. Hernandez around the corner. Beautiful cut, first down and more from Reyes. Right side, find the edge, find the sideline. And here's that second gear. Hand off near side, Sanchez, foot race. And he's going to go untouched into the end zone for a touchdown. This time he's got a first down and more. In Pinkerton territory down the far sideline. Snap taken, pitch left side. Roth trying to navigate, breaks a tackle. Clemens back to the air. Deep down the near sideline, he's got a man. Harris Lopez, can he find room to the pylon? Yes, sir. Slant pass, touchdown, Souhegan. Far sideline, Londonderry's going to score a touchdown.
Going live.
Right. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome here to Exeter. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. Eustis Field as the Exeter Blue Hawks get set to battle the Winnacunnet Warriors. It's one of the longest running rivalries in the entire state of New Hampshire. The 92nd overall meeting between these two schools, and they're two good teams this year yet again. Winnacunnet 3-0. Exeter 2-0, coming off an unexpected bye week last week. The extra week to prepare may or may not factor in. Exeter, of course, led by longtime head coach Bill Ball, and Ryan Francoeur now in firm control of his program with Winnacunnet. So two of the better football minds on the opposing sidelines, two of the more physical teams about to square off here this afternoon in week 4.
Well, everybody's had this game penciled in, Nick, to watch as far as the East. The East was no surprise. Everybody's predicted the East is going to be strong. You really have 4 solid teams. You have this game with Exeter and Winnacunnet. And then you have Spalding and, not Spalding, you have Dover and Portsmouth, who are good, solid football teams. But clearly this game appears to be 1 and 2, and we're going to differentiate that today. Great running game, great history of the running game, outstanding work within the offensive line that Coach Ball just keeps bringing to the table every single year. Winnacunnet plays the edges very, very well. They like to run up inside the tackles as well. This is going to be an interesting matchup here, Nick, because both of the offensive lines are really first-rate. I think anyone everyone would agree that either one of these teams could be in the finals. And we're going to find out today, at least at this juncture of the season, who's the better team.
Yeah. Well, the weather, sketchy at the beginning of the week, but we dodged a bullet, so to speak. 72 degrees, sunny out. Student section already filling up on the near sideline in the grandstand. The Exeter students in a blackout, seemingly standing up 2-3 rows deep along the near fencing.
Boy, they're piling in now.
Expected to be a presence in the crowd. The grandstand itself about 3/4 or so full. And the Winnacunnet fans, they have shown up as well. Their student section donning white. So you couldn't get a bigger contrast between the two sidelines as these two proud schools clash in a battle of unbeatens. The Exeter band also down on the field, and now the Winnacunnet Warriors introduced to this hostile crowd here on the Seacoast.
Student bodies at these games, Nick, are just unbelievable this year. I mean, the interest in and the passion in which they feel about their teams is really indicative of how they feel about coming back to their school and be able to participate in online learning and online extracurricular. And it's just spilling over in the game last night. And listen to the crowd right now. Same thing.
Home team being introduced to our right, led by head coach Bill Ball. 29 years as head coach, 44 years in the program. He's also, of course, the school's athletic director. And the home team donning the navy and white gathered in the end zone. Again, Exeter 2-0. Win over Goffstown in big fashion. Week 1 set off the season 37-14. 14. They followed up with a beating of Exeter 35-0. And then last week, as we mentioned, their game against Central, unfortunately, was canceled. All right, we will step aside. When we come back, we'll get Steve's keys to the game. The national anthem and the opening coin toss are next. You're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. It's presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. Is your company interested in showcasing your brand to thousands of high school sports fans across New Hampshire? If not, why not? And if so, let's go. Friday Night Lights New Hampshire is seeking sponsorship partners. It's the perfect way for your company to get out in front of the moms and dads who make up our community. Help us help you, and we can grow together. If you're interested in partnering with Friday Night Lights New Hampshire, then email us at fnlnhmedia@gmail.com. That's fnlnhmedia@gmail.com. Join our team today.
Hey, Craig.
Wow, great crowd.
Well, the atmosphere electric as expected here at Exeter. Londonderry, where we were, watching Londonderry beat Pinkerton by a score of 21-10. Lancers remain unbeaten. And, of course, the winner of this game here this afternoon will stay unbeaten as well through 4 weeks of football. Approaching the midway point in the Granite State. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. It's presented by Beals Insurance. Steve, what will this one come down to in your mind? Give us a couple of keys both ways.
Sure. First one for Exeter, Bill Ball and his quarterback, Abe McGinley. That relationship. They have this east-west game in which they really stretch the field with great speed. The blocking has got to be right. If they can block for that east-west running game and then and pushing the edge and be successful, that's going to be big. Defensive line play. They beat really solid teams in Bedford with great defensive line play. When you go against Bill Ball's offensive line work, you better pick up well and you better execute well and get ready for a game. They're going to have to play well today. Last thing. Watch Coach Ball's play-action pass. We talked about it on Gridiron on Thursday night with Ryan Francoeur, the head coach, and they're going to have to watch out for that backside release passes that Bill Ball times perfectly. If they can foil those, they've got a good chance to win this game today.
Again, a growing crowd. The Exeter student section taking up a good portion of the near sidelines. The band as well. They were stomping on the bleachers a moment ago. A gorgeous Saturday afternoon in late September. Two of the premier teams year in and year out matching up for the 92nd time all-time. By the way, Exeter leads that all-time series 60-29. 3 ties in there as well. However, Winnacunnet has won 3 of the last 4. And we'll look to make it obviously 4 or 5 this afternoon. Exeter won the toss. They're going to receive. Bill Ball old school in that regard.
Yeah, he wants the ball because he wants to take 7 minutes off the clock and get 7, Nick. That's what's going on with that. I think that's a good decision by him because he has confidence in his team. His ability to move the ball. Oh, nice
underway.
kick.
End over end, high kick, fielded at the 10-yard line. Up the middle with a seam across the 30 to the 40. Goes Exeter return man Frank Brown III. The junior had about 15, maybe 20 yards before he was even touched, all the way out to the Blue Hawk 45-yard line.
Great upfield blocking, cleared a great center wedge for him, and he went through with a head of steam, and that's exactly what Coach Ball wants is good field position. Play that game, slow everything down, and work your way methodically down the field. A lot of energy here today, Nick, I'll tell you.
It's a 5-man front for Winnacunnet defensively. Pre-snap shift. And now on 1st and 10, the first play is a run play. Near side, not much. That's Jacob Weiberg trying to get out to the left side. Couldn't bounce it anywhere, maybe a yard. And Weiberg will bring up a 2nd down and 9. 5-man front that time, Steve. For Winnacunnet, we expect a lot of ground and pound both ways today.
One of the keys we just talked about was that defensive line play. What they just did on that play, Nick, to pretty much most, or if not all of the time, in order to stop Exeter. Good job to start right there for Winnacunnet.
The big return by Michael DeTore. Exeter only a yard on 1st down. On 2nd down and 9, a toss is to DeTore right side, and he's going to lose yardage. Swarmed
50
in the backfield. Winnacunnet with a few players on the scene, including the inside linebacker Jack McCann, one of their senior leaders. Stops him for no gain officially, and now a 3rd down and 9 with a minute gone by.
Well, they're doing it. They're doing it so far. They're doing what they want to do. They want that ball back. They do not want to allow Coach Ball to do what he historically has been able to do in high percentages, Nick, working the ball down the field.
And it looks like he's going to elect to punt the football. It's actually more like 4th and 2. So the first punt scheduled here for Nathan Layton. 5'11 senior. He stands at his own 38-yard line. Back deep for Winnacunnet is Dominic Gould, the senior. And now a flag is thrown by the back judge. By
Too much time?
Maybe. Thrown by the back judge. By the way, this is a 5-man crew. Referee Paul Page, a veteran. Todd Trash, Mike Murphy, Raleigh Genados, and Wes Dower. Our 5 in stripe tonight.
Picking it up.
Whatever it was had Coach Ball upset. He was out onto the field several yards in the ear of the line judge. So on 4th and 2, big punt. Strong right leg by Layton. It's going to roll down that far sideline towards the end zone, and it's a touchback in the end. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Winnacunnet at the 20-yard line. It's our first look at Kyle Tilley, the senior quarterback. Started last year, played well for the Warriors as a junior, and has gotten off to a terrific start to his senior year. Warriors, as we know, 3-0, a win over Bedford in week 1. Followed up with a home victory over Concord in blowout fashion. They shut out Spalding on the road last weekend, 47-0. So Tilley in this high-powered veer attack. They say fear the veer, right?
Attack the edge.
He's got that sign Coach Frank Orr does in his office. Under center on 1st and 10. Tilley going to go to the air. Throws it in the flat. Catch is made, and here comes Gould down the near sideline. Gould has the step. Gould is down to the 20, and Gould is going to go into the end zone for a touchdown. It's an 80-yard strike
Unbelievable.
Tilly to Gould, and Gould basically untouched down the sideline, 6-0 Winnacunnet.
Left corner back, bit inside, Nick. Lost his footing. Cut outside, got around him, and boy, he's got some open-ended speed right there. That was pretty impressive. I like first play because what you do is you just attack the edge right from the beginning.
Well, that caught Exeter perhaps by surprise. And Gould showing off that speed. The 6-foot wide receiver gone down the sideline. Now the extra point try from Hayden Eaton. Senior left-footed kicker. He's going to try and make this 7-0 Visitors. High snap, running kick. Eaton is able to sneak it in. So 7-0 Winnacunnet. They go one play, 80 yards. And strike this Exeter crowd numb, at least early on, 7-0.
Without a doubt. Well said, Nick. I mean, this is exactly what the visiting team wants in a big game, is to score first, Nick. Get the crowd, numb the crowd just a little bit. That's what Winnacunnet wanted to do. They've been able to accomplish that so far. Exeter's going to get the ball back. Let's see if they can move the ball. But so far, their first round, 3 and out, Nick. Going Winnacunnet, going the Warriors' way so far.
Winnacunnet widely recognized as the top team in the rankings. Again, 3-0. The New Hampshire Union Leader does a good job with their power poll, gaining a consensus statewide. Winnacunnet's been number one the last couple of weeks. And they show you why they are known, obviously, for the run game, the option game, the outside runs, but they throw it in the flat on the first play offensively, and it turns out to be an 80-yard banger. So let's see how Exeter responds here. This growing crowd continuing to get settled. They're quiet for now, though, with the home team trailing 7-0. Short kick taken by an up man at the 50-yard line. And swimming his way up across the 40 to about the 42 is Nathaniel Layton. We saw a pretty good punt from him a moment ago. He gives coach a pretty good special teams play here on the good return up to the 43.
Yeah, Winnacunnet flying around towards the ball, Nick. They're shooting vectors full speed ahead, breaking down. They look very, very quick, very much like Londonderry did last night, Nick, in the second half of the game we covered then against Pinkerton.
All right, back under center for series number 2 is McGinley, operating out of the tee. And on a counter run here, somebody's helmet went off. That's the ball carrier? No, that's the defender.
That's 50 again. That's
he's been active, McCann.
Jack McCann.
Thrown off right side, and again, this is bottled up. There's been no room up front as Winnacunnet swarms the scene. That's LeBron Miller. Again, one of their two-way trench players. Logged a lot of snaps for the Warriors here so far in the season. Makes a good tackle there, just a 1-yard gain on the Weiberg dive. So 3rd down and 6 officially with now 4 minutes gone by.
Yeah, that 5-man front, Nick, is just doing a terrific job getting separation, controlling the gaps on both sides. 2 of the linemen I watched have been controlling 2 gaps at one time. Exeter's going to have to fix that if they're going to move the ball.
McGinley under center. Crowd getting loud on 3rd and 6. Back to throw, rolls right. Hit and drop for a sack.
Wow.
Hit initially by Chris Capizzuto. He comes out of the secondary and then finished off by Miller. In the end, it's a big sack, a loss of about 7, and now a 4th down and 12 on the way. Punt time again for the Blue Hawks.
Yeah, this is just going to continue to motivate the confidence of the Warriors, Nick. If you can't move the ball on a ground and pound offense, you're going to struggle. We'll see what happens here.
This is a kick that's going to get away from Layton as it drifts towards that far sideline. Let's see where the side judge marks it.
Looks
this
like
may be
around
pretty
38, 37.
Yeah, this may be pretty good starting field position for
39.
Winnacunnet. They're going to march it out to the 39-yard line.
Wow.
For drive number 2. Warriors out in front 7-0.
Yeah, Warriors in good field position. They scored from last time down to their 12, 14-yard, 20-yard line, sorry, on that long out pattern. And it's almost like a bubble screen, Nick. It's kind of strange the way it worked. It was well-designed play, and they got the benefit of the cornerback slipping back. And
a good block downfield.
And a good block downfield, right.
Tate Gaucher, the wide receiver. 1st and 10 from their own 39. They go up the middle. And it's the first carry out of this vaunted Winnacunnet backfield. Chris Capizzuto able to push the pile up the field for about 3 yards out to the 42-yard line. Coach Frank Orr said legit 6 running backs in this stable that he can rely on.
Only a few carries, but they've been moving a lot of player personnel. They're doing the same thing with the linebacker core, Nick. By committee, they got McCann going out, and multiple linebackers coming in on and off the field to keep them fresh, keep them hydrated. When you've got that kind of depth, that's a real asset.
2nd down and 7. Tilly against a 3-man front. Handoff left side. Good lead block, but play blown up in the backfield, and now a late flag is going to fly. Now they're going to credit Leighton
Ryan Graney there
with the hit, but yeah, you're right. He got hit pretty well in the backfield by, who was that down there on the line? I think, Ryan Graney.
Yep.
The 6'3 junior.
He just broke a gap there and spilled right into the backfield, slowed everything down, caused havoc, and that allowed the rest of the defense to come in and cover. Nice work.
3rd down and 6. Exeter hoping to get their defense off the field. Tilly with the pitch. 1 man missed. 2 man misses. Flag flies. He's tackled short of that 1st down marker. That's Tucker McCann on the carry.
I'm not sure this is a hold, Nick. This could be against Exeter.
Flag in the backfield, back at the 41.
Maybe a hands to the face here.
First penalty either way. Referee Paul Page
it is
going to call the hold.
Okay.
Exeter likes that.
Yeah, I like the way this referee corps is communicating, Nick. This, as a former coach, I can tell you that means a lot that you see that team effort. What did you see? What did you see? It isn't. It's about making sure they get the call right. And
well, we got 5 officials down there, and
they need it today.
Typically the case for the bigger games statewide.
Absolutely.
And again, they're in good hands, I think, with experienced referee Paul Page.
Yep.
Handling the work. So Tilly's going to get the play, trot back into the huddle, and now face a long 3rd down and 17 after the 5-yard penalty. Past the midway point here, 1st quarter. Winnacunnet hoping to sustain the drive. They've got a 7-0 lead on the board. Quick strike, 1-play drive their first time around. Tilly to Gould, 80 yards. They're going to stay on the ground. They go up the middle. And some rugged running here from Matthew Alkire.
Sure was.
One of the senior running backs ends up plowing forward for about 9. But
look, they got Tilly coming back in, it looks like.
Thinking about it, they're at their own 43-yard line.
Wow.
Got 10 on that carry.
It's a gutsy call.
4th and 7.
Gutsy call
Tilly
here.
under center right away. Going to try and make Exeter jump here, I think, and now going to back off a little bit. Coach Frank Orr in direct communication from that sideline. He's going to drop his quarterback deep into the backfield. Looks like a pooch punt on the way. Exeter ready. Tilly's kick high in the air. This one well up in the sky. Takes a 1 bounce, and Exeter going to stay away from it.
No fair catch there, Nick.
Weiberg says forget it, and it'll eventually be down inside the 30 at about the 28-yard line.
Let's give the Blue Hawks defense credit, Nick. They held them back. They had to do it. You don't want to go down 2 scores this early in the game, especially when you're the home team for sure. You have expectations, and Coach Ball's defense was able to do the very difficult duty of controlling and stopping any first downs in that case.
You're right. And then, of course, the mistake there, the 3rd down, wiped out what could have been a 4th and 1.
But Exeter still has a tough job. They haven't been able to move the ball, Nick. Now they're a little deeper down the zone. It becomes critical to at least gain that field position back.
All right, McGinley back under center. And again, Winnacunnet crowding the box with 8 players. Hand off to the right side. Again, this one is bottled up. The holes have been non-existent.
Non-existent.
As this is the Blue Hawk third drive of this first quarter.
Individual matchups right now in the trenches, Nick. We talked about that as a key of the game. That defensive line that controlled Bedford's got to do it. Got to do it here. And Winnacunnet's taken on some strong teams, and that defensive line's been a big part of it, and they certainly are here right now as we look on.
Inside of 4 minutes first quarter on 2nd down and 9.
Wow.
Again, the dive play sniffed out and snubbed out. Now they're flying to the football right now. Winnacunnet, as you mentioned, winning matchups up front. That's Zach Fredericks. Coach praised him on Thursday as well, the defensive end in the backfield, the senior with the tackle for a loss. So 2nd and 9 becomes 3rd down and 10 as we head toward the 3-minute mark in this first quarter. Exeter trying to get this offense into gear.
Looks to me like that the offensive line of Exeter is not getting a fit where they can control the bodies. Defense is getting separation and controlling the whole gaps and just causing havoc.
3rd down pitch. Near side, another tackle for a loss. Trying to spring Dettori. Not going to happen. Fredericks, again, controlling the edge. 4th and a mile, and it's punt time for Exeter. So Layton, who has been busy in this first quarter, standing at his own 8-yard line. Gould is back deep. Low snap. Good recovery by Layton. Ends up being a good kick.
Yeah.
Gould backpedaling. Pulls it in at the 35, across the 40, and a good tackle at about the 41-yard line. That's Exeter gunner.
That's a great.
Bradley Richards on the stick. 1st and 10, Winnacunnet.
When you see the speed of that collision, Nick, and you see both of them get up perfectly fine, that's because the runner, as well as the tackler, Nick, have been trained properly how to run the ball and how to break down and make a tackle. And you just saw what good safe form tackling and form running creates. Coach Ball is talking to the official there. I'm not quite sure what he's talking about, but didn't like something there down the field.
Tilly goes up the middle.
Wow.
And look at this run. With some room, it's McCann.
That's all.
1st down and then some. Into Exeter territory, inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. A gain of 12 on some downhill running.
Yeah, McCann doing a great job on both sides of the offense and defense, Nick. That's designed as a quick hit. You get a quick down block, quick kick out. They were able to create a small space, and he went through it like a torpedo. And he was in the secondary very quickly. I believe that was a safety. I couldn't get a number. I believe that was a safety that wound up making the tackle. When that's happening, that's never good for the defensive squad when your safeties are making the tackle.
Yeah, you're right about that. I think it was Weiberg, the free safety, who ended up.
I'm looking at it again. Weiberg, yep.
In the last man standing. 1st and 10, Winnacunnet on the march. They go back up the middle. And this time it's bottled up pretty well. Well, the Blue Hawks winning up front this time. Josh Norman, 6'1", 250-pound senior. Got his arms around the ball carrier, no gain, 2nd and 10.
Well, they had number 70, was it 78? Or was it 77, Nick? They had him lined up right in the point of attack, and did a good job shedding the blocker and controlling the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to keep doing that as they begin to lose field position deeper into their end. Winnacunnet's firing off the ball, Nick. Even on that play, they're getting off the ball with great precision. The cadence is working, coming out low and hard.
Yeah, they've run the ball well on this drive. Meanwhile, flag thrown.
What was that about? Delay a game. Wow. Wow.
Play clock was running down. Coach Francoeur upset on that Winnacunnet sideline.
Yeah. Yeah, he's very, to be honest with you, Nick,
So it is a delay of game. They did not get the timeout in time.
Okay.
So the 5-yard penalty will back Winnacunnet up. And now a 2nd down and 12 from their own 45. Tilly going to go back to the air. Deep down the far sideline. Looking for Gould, who almost pulls it in, but in the end, incomplete. Double coverage. Ethan Moss, the 5'9 junior, may have gotten a hand on it. A good effort. Almost pulled it in, but incomplete. Now a 3rd down and 12 on the way. Inside of a minute here, first quarter. Crowd, a good one. Almost at capacity here along the near side. That's the Exeter home sideline. And we've heard from, of course, the Warriors who took the drive down Route 1A or 95, depending. Short trip, obviously, between Hampton and Exeter. Tilly on 3rd and 12, back under center. Hand off to the fullback. Nope.
Wow.
Fake, then the pitch, and then the big play. Foot race, far sideline. It's Alkire. He's going to be hobbled inside the 20 and finally dragged down at about the 15-yard line. It goes for nearly 28 yards. And it's the biggest play outside of the touchdown from scrimmage so far in the football game.
Tilly did a great job there, Nick, holding the ball. Great job faking. Great pitch. Well-executed play.
Timing in sync. Alkire able to do the rest.
That's not easy to run, Nick.
Good fake in front, right off the bat to the fullback, and then the pitch on the money. That's why they fear the veer out on the seacoast. Tilly now on a 1st and 10 from officially the 14-yard line. This time he does give to the fullback. And not a whole lot of room for Alkire over left guard as Exeter plugs it up. Stevie called his name earlier. Defensive lineman, 77 in Navy, Gavin Bond. Only a sophomore.
Playing a good game today.
Only listed at 6'1", but he looks pretty big to me down there along that D-line.
He's strong, too, and he's got great technique. For a sophomore, that's pretty impressive so far.
All right. A fast-moving 12 minutes already in the books. Winnacunnet, an 80-yard hook up the difference. 7-0 Warriors after one. Right back to Eustis Field in Exeter in just a moment. You're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. Is your company interested in showcasing your brand to thousands of high school sports fans across New Hampshire? If not, why not? And if so, let's go. Friday Night Lights New Hampshire is seeking sponsorship partners. It's the perfect way for your company to get out in front of the moms and dads who make up our community. Help us help you, and we can grow together. If you're interested in partnering with Friday Night Lights New Hampshire, then email us at fnlnhmedia@gmail.com. That's fnlnhmedia@gmail.com. Join our team today.
All right, home crowd chanting defense as the second quarter begins. A 2nd down and 9. Winnacunnet knocking on the door, already leading 7-0. And now looking to extend that lead to 2 scores. They go back up the middle. Again, Exeter is ready. Capizzuto nowhere to go. They'll give credit that time defensively to Exeter's Ian O'Kane, the junior, able to plug it up. So Warriors with a decision to make here on 3rd down and 6, Steve, from looks like the 9-yard line.
So far, Winnacunnet's moving the ball almost at will, Nick. I like the play selection by Coach Brancourt's offensive coordination there. I think it's doing a great job. But the matchups look very solid right now for Winnacunnet, Nick, as they move the ball down the field. They're winning individual battles.
Tilly keeps it himself.
Whoa.
The pitch ends up on the carpet.
Not there.
And Capizzuto could do nothing but dive on top of it to ensure the possession. So they'll mark it 4th down at the 20-yard line, 4th down and 17.
What a great effort coming off the right side, Nick. I don't know who that was, the number. Having a little trouble reading the numbers down there.
I believe that was 65 in blue.
65. What a terrific
Josh
job.
Dorman, yep. said his name a few times, the defensive end. This senior has been on the prowl. He laid the hit prior to that pitch.
That's his responsibility to take the quarterback, Nick. And the outside has the pitch man. That was well executed. Talk about individual battles. Did a great job winning that one. Uh-oh.
3rd and 16, and now a timeout is called by Exeter.
Coach Ball is really coaching hard, Nick, right now, trying to stop the second score. With as many games as he has coached, he's well aware of the importance of not going down 2 scores. He's pulling out all the stops. He's willing to give up a timeout here to get the team prepared and ready. Make sure there's no breakdowns, no penalties, no encroachment. Can't have that. He knows with 4th down here, it's a big play.
All right, we're online, of course, on YouTube at FNL NH Media, an ever-growing family. We appreciate the subscriptions and the views. And, well, shout out to one of our extended family members, of course. That's my springtime on-air partner, Roger Howe. He and his wife, Christina, celebrating or renewing their vows, I guess, this weekend and tuning in. So appreciate the support from the house and wish them the best.
Absolutely. Roger and Kristen Howe give so much to the Southern New Hampshire sports situation in lacrosse. And Roger, he was just great having Nick. It was great having Roger calling the games with you last year. So we certainly wish the very, very best to them as they renew their vows today and celebrate their 25th anniversary, I believe, towards the middle of the week.
Wow. All right, out of the timeout. 4th down. Tilly going to roll out, throw off the back foot. High arcer into the end zone. It's a jump ball. Gould fighting for it. The officials
still waiting.
Are going to talk about it.
This is going to be a tough call, Nick.
Gould thought he had it. A wrestling match, and now they're saying interception, touchback. Well, I believe that was the Exeter defensive back, Adam Neal, the senior, able to win that 50-50 ball, took it away from Gould in the end.
There is major league action going on between the two head coaches down here, talking with the refs. Coach Francoeur is absolutely had it over the other side. He's really animated over there. He's really frustrated. Still going. He's been frustrated for the last 5 or 6 minutes, Nick. He didn't like a couple of the other calls either. Coach Ball was just out there talking to the referee. This is a battle, Nick. The tensity in this game is really high. Everybody knows the benefit. Now, just so you know, I just talked to Sherman, who's the announcer for Exeter. My understanding is, according to him, that home field advantage is going to work all the way through the finals, Nick. So, needless to say, these teams both feel as though they're finals bound. They recognize the seriousness of this win and the implications of a home field advantage is right at stake here in this game, without a doubt. And these coaches are coaching their tails off here.
Yeah, Coach Francoeur,
the emotions are running high.
Not happy with the ultimate decision there in the end zone. Team almost scored their second touchdown of the afternoon. Instead, Exeter begins a drive with a 6-yard outside run. Pretty good in the end. Alkire on the stop. But a good piece of running there on the outside by Dettori. That's one of the longer plays from scrimmage so far for Exeter.
I wish we had the replay up here, Nick, for us. We could have looked at that, look at it at a later date. But it looked like Winnacunnet had possession in the beginning, but by the time they landed on the ground, it seemed like the ball was wrestled away.
On 2nd and 4. He'll keep it himself, trying to bounce it outside. Up the field and then tripped up.
Now the crowd getting back into it on Exeter, Nick. They had to move the sticks a little bit, have something to celebrate, and that's exactly what's going on right now. As we talked earlier, Coach Ball and McGinley coming off the field every time. I've always felt in high school, Dick, I said it last night, said it on Gridiron, I think that it does pose a lot of advantage to be able to talk to your quarterback in these type game situations. Coach Ball it's one way he's done it for years.
3 minutes in, second quarter. First down for Exeter, trying to keep the momentum. They get a good block. And Dettori has a first down.
74.
Across the 45, steps out of bounds after a pickup of 12. Again, some breathing room on the outside in the Exeter ground game.
Ethan, is it Gronowski?
Now a timeout called by the Warriors. Coach Frank Orr doesn't like the way this drive has begun defensively. Going to take his first timeout to address his group.
He's still
let them regroup.
Still talking to the refs over there. He's
still hot.
Still hot over. I believe they're calling the end zone, but I also believe the delay of game call that really frustrated him as well because he was trying to call a timeout on the sidelines, and at least that's what it appeared to be.
Back in the first quarter.
Back in the first quarter, and it's just been a couple other incidents since that he's been really frustrated about.
Well, Coach Frank Orr likes the group he's got. Says he's had his eye on these guys for the last couple of years. Strong senior class. And feels pretty good about their chances. Of course, Winnacunnet state champs just 4 years ago, and they ran the table in 2017.
One of the things you're noticing, though, some of the blocking schemes that Exeter's been running the last 4 or 5, 6 plays have been working. They've been able to make some adjustments and changes on their point of attack, off tackle, and it seems to be working.
Out of the tee, out of the timeout. Against the 4-man front, inside run, not much.
Not much.
Leighton snubbed out. Winnacunnet again getting some contributions from the Fredericks brothers. This time it's Jacob, the junior. Older brother Zach, of course, is the senior. So those two both contributing here in this first half defensively for Winnacunnet.
In these sort of games, in these sort of just high-level matchups, Nick, it becomes very important, the communication upstairs, because they start getting enough body of plays that the opposition is run where you want to make these adjustments. I'll talk about afterwards.
Second down and 9. Pitch. Dettori knocked down. Tackled immediately. The linebacker waiting for that one. That's Nico Zano, one of the seniors. And absolutely no gain there. Third down, maybe a yard.
Maybe a yard.
3rd and 8.
But I was saying that in that situation right now, you start getting adjustments are starting to be made in the second quarter because they run enough plays, see what's working, see what's not. Looked to me like Exeter made a change. Then they kind of went inside a little bit in those last 2 plays, and they're getting nothing. But every time they seem to work off the tackle, they seem to get a little bit more yardage. We'll see if they go back to that.
Nearly 5 minutes gone by, second quarter. The most promising drive for Exeter now in doubt. 3rd down, they run a screen, far side, and Dettori going to get tracked down and knocked down. That's Weiberg on the catch.
Jacob Fredericks chasing down a running back. There's a lineman with athleticism right there, Nick. That was just a terrific play. He did a great job. As soon as he saw Hayden turn that way, he was bolting out, and that's exactly what he's supposed to do. Contain, as soon as the contain is not necessary, he runs out, he flares out, and that's what gave him the opportunity to make that with a great rundown.
Punt on the way. Leighton gets off another boomer. Handled on the run at the 20. It's Gould up to the 30. A flag flies.
Wonder what that was.
Back judge saw something.
Usually it's a block in the back or something. Let's see what it is.
Our official Paul Page.
This could be a field position changer for Winnacunnet if this is against them. They're already only on their 28-27.
Well, I think they may have picked up the flag.
Did they pick it up? Yep, yeah. I don't see it anymore, and the refs are going back to their position.
Yeah, I've done that a couple times now in this first half. They've picked up the flag, no penalty. Coming up on the midway point, second quarter. The only score so far, an 80-yard hookup between Tilly and Gould on the first play from scrimmage for Winnacunnet, less than 3 minutes into the game. On 1st and 10, the handoff is to the left side. The ball comes out.
Exeter's got it.
Exeter does have it. It was the defensive lineman who scooped it. That's Josh Norman on the recovery. So Exeter needed something to pop their way. They get the game's first turnover. And the Exeter offense right back onto the field in Winnacunnet territory at the 33-yard line.
One of my
well, keys to every game, of course, is win the turnover battle.
Oh, that goes without saying, absolutely.
So Exeter going to see if they can capitalize here with just outside of 6 minutes remaining until halftime, trying to get on the board. Handoff right side, and again, no room up the middle.
You know, they say defense wins championships. Defense also usually wins big games, Nick. We saw that last night with Londonderry and Pinkerton. It was that defense in the second half that just came up big. Winnacunnet, I mean, every time that Exeter, the Blue Hawks, do something that looks like they're going to change the pattern of the game, that defense comes up big. We'll see what happens right here. But this is a big possession for really important possession for the Blue Hawks to establish something here on the board.
Two middle linebackers have been outstanding, Alkire and McCann.
Yep.
McKinley on the rollout, complete, and then a good spin. It's Weiberg. Great play after the catch, and a first down for the Blue Hawks.
That wasn't so much as missing a tackle as it was breaking a tackle. That was just outstanding work. Boy, did he run heavy there, lowered his shoulder.
Yeah, Weiberg, a good frame, 5'10", 185. Got low to the ground there and kept his balance.
Yeah, he ran
on the spin.
He ran a little higher and heavier than that.
Exeter, their offense really stuck in neutral in that opening quarter.
Yep.
They've been moving the football in this second quarter. They go back up the middle. This is a new running back. First carry for Ian Ireland. The senior with a flashy name works it down to the 16-yard line.
Obviously, Exeter doesn't want a touchdown, but they want a touchdown, but they don't want to have to kick a field goal. But if they do, they're certainly getting down there within range where the percentages go up. If it happens the next two downs here, but Exeter's got to get on the board one way or the other.
Yeah. Second down and 7. First trip to the red zone for the Blue Hawks. Play action. McKinley thought about it. Now going to tuck and run inside the 10.
He's got another first down, I
down
think.
At about the 6-yard line. McCann got him down around the waist, just shy of the 5. Good run there by McKinley. And now with 5 minutes to go, Exeter can smell the end zone. It's first down and goal.
Yep. Well, here's all the marbles right here, Nick. Goal to go, first down.
Time of possession starting to favor the Blue Hawks, at least in this second quarter.
Oh, they've taken off more time in this drive of 20 yards than they have any other drive, no matter where the field position was.
Yeah, see fatigue.
Nice call there by McGinley to run the ball.
Maybe starting to rear its ugly head. A lot of hands on the hips for Winnacunnet. Right side trying to feel his way inside the 5. I think that's Leighton. And he's going to be swarmed and eventually whistled down at about the 2-yard line.
Looks like the 3.
Yeah, just inside the 3 it looks like. So good job on the rally that time of the Warrior defense. Coming up on 4 minutes first half. Game's only turnover set up this drive. Back inside the 40-yard line. McGinley under center. Second out and goal from just inside the 3. They pitch it right side, and there's the touchdown run.
Touchdown.
Power finish to the run by Jacob Weiberg, able to absorb the contact at the goal line and power it in to put Exeter on the board. Now the extra point try will try to tie the game.
Terrific lead block by 79 Matthew Cronin. What a job. Got out ahead, sealed him off, and it was left alone with Daniel Blankenship there out in the corner. Just wasn't able to keep him out of the end zone as he blasted through. That's a big 7 points. We've got a game on our hands here.
Extra point kick is perfect. Strong kick off the right foot of junior Ethan Moss, and there it is, 7-7. The fumble turns out to be a costly one for Winnacunnet as Exeter is able to cash in and tie the football game at 7 after their slow start back in the first quarter.
Yeah, strong start for Winnacunnet, and gradually Exeter's been chipping away at some successes that started slow. But, again, Nick, all of their production is off the tackle on the right or left side, Nick, primarily the right. So that's been an area where they've been able to attack the hole and get yardage when they needed it.
I misspoke. I said it was the game's only turnover. They have the takeaway on fourth down in the end zone on the jump ball. Right.
2-0.
So they've got the turnover battle in their favor. Exeter does too. All right. See how Winnacunnet can respond now, Steve. Their offense has slowed a bit. The fumble, a punt, and an interception, the result of their last three drives.
Don't underestimate what's going on upstairs above us and down on the field through the headsets, Nick, as both of these great coaching staffs work to try to play the chess game back and forth.
This is a squib kick. Handled on the third bounce inside the 30. Now the official's going to blow it dead.
Yep.
Say the return man had his knee on the turf and was down right there. So they'll spot it at the 27 as Brown couldn't quite lift that knee up in time to try to advance the football. So 1st and 10 from their own 27 for Kyle Tilley and company with inside of 4 minutes to go in this second quarter.
Yep. Well, it's going to be an interesting possession here, Nick, how they respond, because as Exeter has been whittling away at improving their offensive production, they've also been tightening down on Winnacunnet's offense. So we'll see what the response Winnacunnet has. They've had a little bit of time in that drive upstairs to look at the play structure. We'll see the adjustments they've made if they can make some progress offensively as well.
All right, Tilley directing traffic here. He's going to move the tight end from his left to his right. That's Zach Fredericks. Go under center, take the snap, hand to the fullback. Fullback takes a whack at about the 30 and rolls up to about the 31-yard line. That's the brand of running we've seen from McCann.
Yep.
And his mates out of this backfield, that physical ground and pound for Winnacunnet. It goes for 4 yards on first down there.
Yeah, they'll take 2nd and 6, Nick. Opens up the playbook a little bit. Opens up a screen, a little bit of maybe a bubble, maybe a center screen, a little off tackle run, maybe even a play action at this point. When you're 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6,
opens the door. Clock ticking.
Defense.
Coming up on 3 minutes. Tilley from the 31-yard line. Second down from his own 31. Against the 5-man front. Handoff.
Wow.
This is blown up.
88.
That's Ryan Graney. I called his name a couple of times. Another tackle for a loss for the 6'3 junior.
He's been coming on stronger and stronger. Even when he hasn't made some tackle nicks, he's doing a great job on his individual matchups, whoever he's facing on the offensive line. He's ramped up his game to a level. He's becoming an impact in this certainly in the first half as it progresses. Now you're looking at 3rd and 7 rather than 2nd and 6.
Yeah, officially a 1-yard loss on that run. 3rd down and 7 from their own 30-yard line. Tilley under center. 5-man front again for Exeter. This time the throw is down the middle, and
that's a flag
is thrown.
Clearly a flag.
Contact from Nate Ross, the senior, a little early there. Gould again the intended target. Well, this one likely against the box.
Ref did a great job making that call, and here's why. If you look at number 8, you could clearly see the ball was led well ahead, and what does he do? He slows down, and he's wrong on that one. You can't impede a runner and give him an equal opportunity to get the ball. And what happened is, let me just number 8 of
that's Ross.
That's
Ross.
I understand what he's saying, but he was slowing down and impeding the runner to his legitimate equal access to. Referee was all over it. Made the right call there.
Crowd doesn't like it.
Well, because Nate Ross did
because they're biased.
Well, but there's that. But also Nate Ross did a terrific job attempting to screen him out, but the referee was right there and could see what's thrown.
Well, each of these head coaches have been hot under the collar at times during this first half. Coach Francoeur was not pleased moments ago, and now Coach Ball with a beef. The dive up the middle on 1st and 10 is going to go for about 3 yards. Again, a good job by the Exeter front 7. Mason Douglas this time, the senior linebacker, credited with the stop. And we're inside now the 2-minute mark. First half, 7-7. Well, I'd imagine, Steve, if Winnacunnet, even if they don't score on this drive, they want to hog the football until halftime.
Without a doubt, Nick. They got how many timeouts left? 2 timeouts left. So, they have the capability to move the ball down the field with their design of their offense quicker. We'll see what they do.
Wide receiver inside. Tilly on the pitch.
Yeah.
Fumble. Recovered by the Blue Hawks.
This is all due to penetration of attacking that Veer offense. Exeter is doing a great job chasing, getting to Tilly so quickly that he's uncomfortable,
right.
And the pitch man is covered as well, and that's just causing havoc.
Yeah, pitch early off target and then on the turf, and who better for Exeter to recover than Ryan Graney. He's outstanding in this first half.
He's winning every battle right now.
Recovery to his credit as well.
He's winning it, right? Absolutely right, Nick. He's winning every battle that he's taken on. But the big thing about it is creating havoc, not just with a quarterback. That's almost welcome, so he can pitch it out. But they're already attacking the pitch man at the same time, which Tilly's got to figure out what he wants to do, and it's just very hard to make that decision.
Third turnover by Winnacunnet in this first half. 1st and 10. The counter run gets snuffed out as I think half the Winnacunnet defense was waiting on the edge that time for Leighton.
Yeah, what you're seeing right now is great defensive football teams. This is why they're winning games, Nick, because they get the ball back in their offense's hands over and over and over again.
Right.
This is great defensive strategy, and it's not just the players on the field. It's the coaches upstairs helping these players get in the right spots at the right time. It's just a whole team effort.
Final minute, first half. 2nd down and 11 after the 1-yard loss. McGinley, pitch right side. Lead block. Denori down to about the 40.
Doesn't look like Coach Ball's going to, I think he's going to take the 7-7 here, Nick. He's going to let it go.
I think so.
Even in their territory, he's not going to stop the clock. He has 2 timeouts.
Down to 30 seconds.
That's very deliberately being done right now. I'm surprised.
Still running.
But I
Coming
get
up
it.
on 20. McGinley back up the middle. Torrey.
He's going to go to the half simple with a 7-7 and say, okay, halfway there.
Now Coach Ball will stop the clock.
I think this is more of a possession and make sure everybody's on the same page.
Right.
You don't want to have any problems. I don't think this is to stop the clock to score. I don't think. He could throw. You never know. He could throw one of those play-action passes.
Right, and you're in no man's land. Ball at the opponent 37-yard line. You're out of range of a field goal, a punt.
Yep.
Kind of the value there is capped because of the spot on the field. So I think they're thinking about going for it on 4th down and 4. In 17 seconds, Exeter now down to 1 timeout.
I think you're right.
Game tied at 7. Well, both kickers have pretty good legs. We've seen that.
Yes.
In the first half. So Blue Hawks might be thinking about getting his guy into range here, the kicker into range, to try and hand the home team the lead before the half. Coming up at halftime, a recap of the Week 4 scores from last night. A look back, of course, at this first half as well. That's coming up at halftime. Here we go, 4th and 4. They stay on the ground. They go to Ireland up the middle. And Ireland is going to be stopped well shy of that first down. Only a yard gain.
Well, as we thought.
Swallowed up by Frederick the Younger. And now Winnacunnet is going to take over with just 13 seconds in this first half. They'll take over at their own 36-yard line. Well, they get the stop they wanted.
They did.
And now we'll see who wants to be here.
So from what we've seen so far, with finally seeing these two teams take each other on, Nick, we're seeing this very evenly matched, high-level defensive play. And neither offense, Nick, you have an opening play like that, but you look at with Winnacunnet, you look at the rest of it, it's all about defense so far.
Yeah, 7-7, the score reflects that, for sure. Tilly, two-step drop, airs it out near side, and this one intercepted. It was Ross who was called for a pass interference earlier in the quarter, gets his revenge by coming up with Exeter's fourth takeaway of this first half.
Looks like we got one more play before the half is over.
Looks like it. And just over 6 seconds remaining. A couple interceptions, a couple of fumble recoveries. Meanwhile, Coach Ball upset about something down on the sideline. I don't think he likes the spot, maybe. We got it 1st and 10 at their 28. McGinley, it looks like, is about to take a knee. And Exeter content with a tie at halftime. So 7-7. Our score at the midway. Winnacunnet struck first on an 80-yard touchdown hookup from Tilly to Gould. And then it was Jacob Weiberg who scored from 3 yards out for Exeter in that second quarter. And that's where we are, Steve, at halftime. The game tied at 7.
Look, as we just been talking about the last 5-10 minutes, the defenses have come up big for both teams. One little mental breakdown and a little bit of a physical breakdown there on Exeter's the play that Winnacunnet scored the touchdown. But other than that, Exeter's been getting stronger and stronger on offense and getting stronger and stronger on defense. It looked in the very beginning parts of the game that Winnacunnet was just really cranked up, ready to go. But they had 2 turnovers that have been unfortunate for them. And I think that kind of brought Exeter back, the Blue Hawk fan base and the Blue Hawk players, kind of brought them back into this game. And the adjustments have been made up on defensively on both. Look at Exeter. They started to move the ball, and what happens? All of a sudden, the adjustments are made on the Warrior side. Great adjustments, kind of shut that down. So this is going to be an interesting game. It has some similarities to last night's game in the sense that the defenses really were able to control the day. I think it was 10-7 last at halftime.
Yep.
That Pinkerton was ahead, and then somebody just came. I think it's going to be the same sort of pattern here. But I don't expect this thing to get out of hand by any stretch. These teams are just too in great shape, too deep, and too well coached to have that happen. It's going to be a good game.
A look back at the first half. When we come back in just a moment, we'll preview the second half as well and take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard from Week 4. Statewide scores coming as well. 7-7 at the break. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. Is your company interested in showcasing your brand to thousands of high school sports fans across New Hampshire? If not, why not? And if so, let's go. Friday Night Lights New Hampshire is seeking sponsorship partners. It's the perfect way for your company to get out in front of the moms and dads who make up our community. Help us help you, and we can grow together. If you're interested in partnering with Friday Night Lights New Hampshire, then email us at fnlnhmedia@gmail.com. That's fnlnhmedia@gmail.com. Join our team today.
Winnacunnet and Exeter tied after 2 quarters.
Can you
92nd all-time meeting between these two. And, well, early on it looked like Winnacunnet was on the right track. An 80-yard hookup between the quarterback and the receiver, Tilly to Gould, on the first play from scrimmage. Made it 7-0 Winnacunnet. And, well, not even 3 minutes had come off that first quarter clock. But then Exeter slowly started to turn the tide. Got some defensive stops. Denied Winnacunnet on a 4th and goal with an interception in the end zone. Recovered 2 fumbles. And slowly got the ground game working as they capitalized on good field position about midway through the second quarter. A 3-yard touchdown run by Weigert. And that is where we are, Steve. 7-7, despite the fact that Exeter won that turnover battle in the first half 4-0.
Well, you know, one of the things, Nick, that we've got here is just defensive line work that's just outstanding on both teams, and coaching staffs are directing these players in the right spot on both sides of the ball, and that's why it's simple as that. Simple as 7-7. And
it's just something at some point, Nick, just has to break. You know what I'm saying? It just has to break. And somebody's going to either break a big play or they're going to begin to, hit a hole, find a weakness somewhere in the defense. I don't know where that's going to be, but I could see this thing at 7-7 with 5 minutes left in the game, Nick, to be perfectly honest with you, the way it's going right now.
Wouldn't surprise me either.
We
were out in Derry last and saw 2 other undefeated teams square off, Pinkerton and Londonderry. Astros held a 10-7 lead at home at halftime, but Londonderry able to shut out Pinkerton in the second half and pile on 2 touchdowns to take it 21-10. Londonderry now 4-0 as Pinkerton slips to 3-1. Nashua North, they caught their first loss last night in shootout fashion against their rivals Nashua South. Purple Panthers trailed most of the night, but ended up pulling it off 43-42. North, the defending champ, now sitting at 3-1.
Our good friend Pete Johnson from Nashua ETV was texting me all throughout the game, and that thing was just amazing. He kept on telling me, wow, what a game, what a game. And I think it was decided, if I'm not mistaken, in the last second. And Keene also now 3-1 after they get the W. Able to really build that program back up over the last couple of seasons. It's a good start for the Blackbirds of Keene. They'll take on Nashua North. How about those Blackbirds?
Next week. I'd like to find out.
I would like to see. Yeah, I don't know where to go to get TV. They have Blackbird TV. I don't know. But, I mean, one of the nice things is with Exeter TV, and, as we go on the road and try to hit certain matchup games, we can kind of check out these teams. But with the Blackhawks, it's kind of in a black hole there. I really don't. The thing I can go by is the BG score. What was that score? I think that was relatively
close.
Pretty close.
So BG pulled it out in the strong fourth quarter.
Yeah, but it was pretty tight there for the rest of the game. So that's got to make you believe the Blackhawks are an improving football team every single year. And who wants to go to Keene to play it? They are a tough home team.
They are.
They always have been. It's a tough place to play, kind of like a golf
ride out there.
Oh yeah. But it's more than that. It's just a feeling you're in there. That's Blackhawk country out there. After that long ride, it's a long ride back home too.
Right.
So we got a great Division I going on.
We do. A lot of parity. We expected that.
It's fantastic.
And through the first 4 weeks, it seems like that is indeed the case.
And the student bodies are coming out in force.
Yeah.
Every game we go to, it's just they're so animated, so involved.
Yeah, they're pumping up the home team here in Exeter right now. The student section standing, all dressed in black. Good performance from the band. They're stationed off to our right here. And then, of course, on the far sidelines, the Warriors.
Look at the crowd.
Have taken over that stanchial as well.
95.
And our students are dressed in white. So the long-running rivalry continues. As I said, 92nd all-time meeting. Exeter's won 60 of those.
Yeah.
Winnacunnet 29 with 3 ties. However, the Warriors have won 3 of the last 4 coming in.
And thanks to Sherm, the loudspeaker, the very, very solid loudspeaker, That's the sound of the Blue Hawks here for many years.
Public address announcer.
Does a podcast on. I usually watch this podcast because I gather information about the East from him. Got a night podcast, so look that up, and has a lot of good guests on. Had Collins on from the NHIAA. So, but anyway, Sherm provided us that historic information. I kidded him. I said, "Has New Hampshire been incorporated that long?" And he gave me a funny look. So, of course it has, which we all know since the.
All right, kick time. Moss. Remember, Exeter won the toss, elected to receive. And now Winnacunnet will get first crack in the second half. It's Tate Goucher going to get hit, and hit hard at about the 30-yard line even. Sam Erickson.
35.
Came in there.
Is that Michael Curry? Nice job.
I thought it was 37, Erickson, but maybe not.
I thought it was 35, but anyway, a host of them in there. 30-something. Did a terrific job.
All right, Winnacunnet, again, they scored on their first offensive play and have not really been heard from since.
No, let's see where looks like you got a new quarterback?
No, that's Tilly.
Is that Tilly?
2-year starter, the senior, back under center. Threw the 80-yard touchdown pass to begin things. Fullback dive, and I think that's McCann.
And that's how you run it, Nick.
Yep. Downhill piece of running there. That's Tucker McCann. He's been one of the workhorses, if not the guy. Very deep backfield. Coach Frank Orr proud of that group.
All designed to get between 4 and 6 yards, Nick, and that's to create those second and 6, second and 5, second and 4 situations. Allows we talked about earlier, the coaching staff, the offensive coaching coordinator, to open up the playbook because the defense now has multiple responsibilities. And they have to do that in balance, which makes it more difficult for the D.
Second down and 6. Right side run this time. Little side step, but not much. Maybe 2. And that's another carry for Chris Capizzuto.
Absolutely gorgeous day in southern New Hampshire to play football. When you look around, the colors are just so vivid of all the players, the crowd, and everything. The backdrop here, what a terrific place.
And picturesque for sure. A lot of youngsters have turned out. And this place pretty full. Some standing room only in spots for sure. All right, can Exeter find what they need on defense? 3rd down and 3. Winnacunnet trying to keep the drive alive. They go up the middle.
Got it on second effort.
And it looked like he may or may not have gotten it. That one very, very close. Needed to get to the 41, and I think that's right where they got it.
That's a tough spot right there. I thought he got closer to the 42, Nick, to be honest with you, on that lean forward, but I think he's got it anyway. They're going to take a measurement.
Yeah, just outside the 41. It's tough to eyeball. We will get the chain gang on the field here.
Oh, I'd like to see that one again. We don't have video return today, unfortunately.
Less than 2 minutes in third quarter. This one's a big measurement here. Winnacunnet, if they come up short, would have to think about going for it.
Yep.
And that decision is a moot point because they got the first down. So, all right, Winnacunnet.
Oh, they got the first down.
Did.
Okay. Yep. I was going to say, because it looked like he was pushing the edge of the 42-yard line there, Nick, on his forward progress. But he got it anyway, so a point is moot, to your point.
All right.
That's a big first down for them.
McCann and Zano, the 2 backs. Wide receiver each side. Exeter will bring 5 up to the defensive line. Fullback left side, McCann squirts through the hole, over the 45, and up to about the 47. That ends up being 5, maybe 6 on first down there. Good piece of running. McCann looked pretty good in that first half. And in the end, does get 6 on that carry, so 2nd down and 4. Winnacunnet rolling through the first 3 weeks of the season. Put up 30 in a win over Bedford, 42 over Concord, and 47 over Spalding. They're used to getting their way when they have the ball. Here's Zano going to push the pile. You're right, Steve. Kept those legs going. And that group up front.
Doing a great job there.
Doing a great job on that play. And, well, that's 2 first downs here on this drive. Offense trying to build some momentum in the first 3 minutes of this third quarter.
Tilly, a lot of communication. Now, if you notice, Coach Frank Core is bringing Tilly off the field every single play right now, looking to manage this offense closely. He knows Coach Frank Core knows exactly what he wants to do, and if he won't stop doing this if he doesn't have to. I mean, he's going to eat this clock, keep your offense on the field.
Coach Ball, of course, does the same thing on the other side with his quarterback, McGinley.
Boy, does he ever.
1st and 10. Again, the dive is over left guard. They like that play on first down, it seems. McCann got low, but too much resistance there. Leighton comes in from the second level.
Yeah, look to me also at the defensive tackle. They plugged that hole, Nick, which made it difficult.
Pretty good spot, though. They get 3.
I'm surprised.
Second down and 7.
Looked to me like 1.5 or 2, but maybe he got that on a forward surge. This is slow, steady, clock-killing, methodical working down the field in a very tight game with good defenses.
Game of inches.
It sure is.
In this case, for sure.
4
minutes in already. Second half. Tilly, 3-step drop. The throw is low. It is a catch, though, as Gould able to make a fingertip shoestring grab and move the chains with a gain of 11 on first down.
Yeah, Kyle's got to get his feet set there, Nick. It looked like he had a little bit of happy feet, and as he backs away from it, that forces the ball to drop early. But he's had a lot of pockets breaking down here when he sets back to pass. But they provided him room that time, so he's got to get himself set and put it right in the numbers there. But that was a nice pickup by.
That was Gould. He's been busy.
Gould, yeah, nice job.
Scored the lone Winnacunnet touchdown from 80 yards out on what looked like a screen pass back in the first quarter. Been really busy ever since.
Yeah.
All right, Capizzuto on a forward dive. This time over, looked like right guard. Norman, who is starting to pile up some tackles along that defensive line for Exeter, makes another stop. A left-handed tackle, it looked like. And, well, still a pretty good gain on first down.
Yep. This is scripted offense here. This is the way it's designed. Attack certain holes, respond, find out where the linebacker cores are lining up, look where the techniques of the defensive line is playing, and attack the openings. And so far this is working for them.
Left side, McCann hit the hole and then wrapped up immediately by Adam Neal.
Wow.
Neal, pretty good two-sport player for them. I think he's a member of the lacrosse team as well, that unit that went all the way to the championship round last spring. Neal had an interception in the end zone back in the second quarter on a jump ball. He ended up wrestling it away from Gould.
Very controversial call right there.
Yep.
If you're from the Winnacunnet side, you felt as though he came down. And if you're from the Exeter side, you say until it's over and the whistle blows. So it's kind of like the referee's call. And
one of 4 turnovers by Winnacunnet in the first half. Yet they're in a spot here to potentially take the lead as we at the midway point third quarter. Gould on a sneak.
Appears as though he has it.
Only needed a yard on third down. Let's see.
I think he got 2.
Yeah, the officials agree. So another first down for Winnacunnet. Good-looking drive here.
Very good-looking drive.
Too, over 6 minutes.
These kind of drives make a difference because you have their defense on the field. You get that feeling when you're going backwards, and there's a psychological factor with that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like getting fast breaked in basketball. It just wears you down if you're on playing defense on that.
1st and 10. Knocking on the door of the red zone. Right side run. This time, Exeter able to rally to the football.
As long as you get your cadence right in these calls, Nick, it's not typical. You don't get a lot of holding calls with this quick hitting offense because it's you're not looking to hold the defensive lineman for a long time. You're looking to get an angle, get the proper angle, get in their hips, get the fit, and allow your runner to be able to drive through the open hole. And it's pretty high production, high taking big numbers off the clock, and
and really starting to test those front 3.
Absolutely.
Defensively, that's They've been impressive. Cronin down there, Norman we mentioned. And, of course, Graney, who had a terrific first half. Tilly on the keeper. Second and medium, no gain on a right side run.
This is going to be an interesting call if the Warriors don't get, if it winds up 4th and 2, something like that. This is going to be a really interesting call in a tight game like this. Do you go after the points, the 3 points, or do you go on all 4 downs?
3rd and 5 officially as we move towards 4 minutes, third quarter. Winnacunnet wants to keep it in the middle of the field if there is a potential kick.
No question.
Want to make it easier from an angle perspective for the kicker. I think they're thinking first down, though, here. 3rd and 5, tough long count. Tilly, though, ends up going nowhere.
Broken play.
It looked like it.
Broken play. Something was up there.
Took the snap and then just kind of went into fetal position there. Tried to lean forward, get what he could, but no gain. So 3rd and 5 becomes 4th and 5. The ball is just inside of the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I find it highly unlikely, Nick, that was to set up a field goal in the center. Not with a 3rd and 5. You got an open play there. You got to get it done. So looks to me, Tilly's in the game. It looks to me like they're going for it. That play could loom costly, that last play, that broken play, Nick. We'll see what happens.
Whistle.
Coach Francoeur is fired up coming off the field here.
Winnacunnet. He's hot, I think, at his team this time. Gave the officials an earful back in the first half after that controversial interception in the end zone. Now I think his anger is directed towards his own group here. Well, upcoming 4th and 5.
I was watching the yards that he was walking, almost like Lou Holtz, up and down the field. I bet you he took off 1.5 miles in the first and second quarter, the end of the first quarter until the half. He was pretty fired up. He wants excellence. You can clearly see in the quality of the Winnacunnet team. This is what he breeds. It's high intensity, high energy, high emotion, and he wants his players to realize that every single snap counts. So some coaches take a different approach. They take a kind of a background approach, and not Coach Ryan Francoeur. He's going to be on the field. He's going to let you know what his expectations are. Sorry, Nick.
I was just pointing out the length of this drive. It's eaten up the entire third quarter so far, over 6.5 minutes. And now a 4th and 5. They're going to try and keep it going here from the 19-yard line officially. Exeter ready to go. They got 6-7 in the box. They pitch left side. It's McCann. Forced up, made touchdown. Miss. He's inside the 10 and now inside the end zone. Touchdown Winnacunnet. A series of terrific blocks downfield on that one. McCann with a shifty move at the line of scrimmage. And it goes for 19 yards to put the Warriors back out on top now 13-7.
Not only do I love that quick pitch, I love the fact that Coach Francoeur understood the gravity of the moment, Nick. He understood how important this is. If you're going to go for it, you've got to have the right play. Brought in the right play. They executed it well. You could see him looking at each one of his players when he was in the huddle saying, you need to do this, you need to do that. And they did it. They got the block, and the extra point is good, and now it's a 14-7 game. If you have a team that's the visitor here, you got to have that move as we move towards the end. But, boy, what did that take, Nick?
Just over 6.5, 6:40.
Almost 7 minutes off the clock.
Yep.
Wow.
It ends with a 19-yard touchdown run by Tucker McCann. And now the Winnacunnet fans fired up on that far sideline. The Exeter home fans, particularly the student section, trying to boost the Blue Hawks here on the home sideline.
You can hear them.
It's been a back-and-forth war between the two rival schools. Again, good turnout, gorgeous weather. Week 4 in the NHI AA. Both teams trying to stay unbeaten. Exeter gunning for their 3rd win. Winnacunnet hoping for their 4th. The Warriors prevail. It would also be the 4th time in 5 meetings they've done so over Exeter.
Yep. Yeah, they've had a good run here, making up some lost ground from decades past. To handle them pretty well, but Winnacunnet's built a good football program, and I expect parity between these teams for a while.
The kick by Noah Molnar, and now the return is out across the 40 to Torrey. Good piece of special teams work there up to the 44-yard line.
Exeter needs to let Winnacunnet know we're not done, and they need to let their crowd know, their home team crowd know that they're not done. And boy, that just brought the crowd back into it. That's great, this offensive unit to go out and execute.
Yeah.
110%.
Big difference from what we saw a year ago with the COVID-19 situation. Most folks, students, parents, etc., not permitted to see their sons and daughters play. Not the case this year, as it has been packed really all afternoon here, and this crowd has been in a frenzy more often than not. 3 minutes, third quarter. 1st and 10, Exeter looking for a response, finding themselves trailing on the scoreboard yet again.
Exeter's no different, though, Nick. They want 4 to 5, 6 yards on that first down.
Yeah.
Because what that's going to do is force the defensive line to load up the box, and that's what opens up that play-action pass, which Winnacunnet's done a great job covering today so far. But a lot of that starts with running the ball successfully until the box gets stacked. Too many players in the middle opens up the outside for that backside pass.
All right, out of T. 2nd down and 6. Pitch, left side. Weiberg. Make it to Torrey. Good cut. Cross midfield and close to that first down.
Half a yard short, I'd say, Nick. So this is going to be a big third down. This is going to be a tough one for Winnacunnet to end.
Meanwhile, Jack McCann on the tackle. Of course, we have Tucker McCann, Jack McCann. They're both seniors. And they're both big-time players within the program.
Yes.
And have been for a while.
Don't be a bit surprised if Coach Ball hits a play-action pass here.
2 minutes, third quarter, 3rd and 1. Winnacunnet showing blitz with a 4-man front. They'll keep it in the quarterback's hands. McGinley on a sneak has the first down.
His decision, if he sees that opening, he's going to quick snap and go for it, Nick. That's exactly what he did. Nice job by Aiden, hiding to the left-hand side of his center, and found some running room and get the first down, start over.
Well, Exeter really stifled on their first few drives back in that first quarter, got into rhythm in that second quarter, capitalized on the field position following the turnover, and now seemingly have stayed in rhythm through the halftime break and through that lengthy Winnacunnet drive, which kept them on the sideline.
Yep.
DeTore on a pitch. Just shy of the 40, maybe 2 there on first down.
Yeah, I did a great job of closing that hole, Nick. I thought that was going to be a 7 or 8 yard gain, and Winnacunnet just brings it up, comes up very, very well, all in a football athletic position, and
good job on the edge too. Zach Fredericks,
yes,
been carving out his territory over there. Yep.
You want to squeeze down on that gap, but yet still maintain a contained position. He did a great job there.
2nd down and 8. Final minute, third quarter. Again, a 4-man front. They stack the box with 9 players. Handoff is to Ireland on a dive, and that's going backwards. Owen Bateman, one of the linebackers for Winnacunnet right there on the scene. The senior had some help from his guys up front. Meanwhile, one of the Warrior defensive linemen shaken up.
I would like to see that.
The clock will stop with 36 seconds as he's attended to.
He's
face
trying
down here at the 41-yard line.
Trying to get up, but he can't here. I don't know if that's a leg. I don't know if that's a... Hopefully it's just a cramp. Yeah, he's sitting up now.
That's a good sign. By the way, Jake Fredericks, of course, younger brother of Zach, but Jake is standing, not just today either, all season.
Looks to me like it's a cramp, like the way they're stretching it.
Yeah, that's his right leg, obviously. Coach Frank Core taking a look.
It looked like Frank Core walked off and said, oh, okay. It looks probably...
That's Catherine Van Wert, the athletic trainer down there, stretching him out. Well, reminder, tune in every Thursday. We get your week started, football-wise at least, with the Gridiron. Thursdays at 6, live from the Veals Insurance Studios in Bedford. Archives are posted immediately after. You can check out those on our YouTube channel, FNL NH Media. Hit the subscribe button while you're there. Check out some of the instant classics we've got in the archives, including last night's Londonderry-Pinkerton matchup. 5,000 folks or so in attendance there. Crowd here in Exeter, maybe not quite that big, but certainly formidable in its own right. Here at Bill Ball Stadium, Eustis Field. Round of applause. Frederick's going to humble off under his own power.
Yeah, he's running. That's good. That means that was just a
jog
cramp.
it off. We'll see if he returns or not.
Well, the energy that these linemen put into the game, they're expending a tremendous amount of energy, Nick, and the muscles get a little lactic acid buildup, and
yeah, can seize on you.
They can seize on you. So a little bit of stretching and a little bit of a break. They've.
We'll see if we can get him back. He's going to take a seat there on one of the benches.
Yeah.
Upset. Meanwhile, big play here. 35. Ball inside the 38-yard line of Winnacunnet. Exeter's going to go back to the air. On the rollout. Intercepted. Wow. Overhead grab by Nico Zano. Read it the whole way. Picked off McGinley and returns it up to the Warrior 35-yard line. That's the first giveaway by Exeter this afternoon. It puts Winnacunnet back in the driver's seat with the football. 14-7 lead still intact, and just 10 seconds to go in this third quarter.
Well, that's a huge turnaround, Nick. It's going to extend. This is going to extend in the fourth quarter by the second down, and it looked to me like Tilly was trying to place it a little too much. He needed to kind of loft it over, but the problem is the defender was probably with that stretch out was about 7'2", 7'5" with that stretch. And made a nice play circling back, good coverage.
And now the football back.
You know they've worked on that.
With the offense for nearly 7 minutes on the opening drive of the second half, which resulted in a touchdown of 19 yards by Tucker McCann. And now the offense right back to it. First down dive goes for 3. It'll set up a second and 7 when we come back. Winnacunnet a 14-7 lead through 3 quarters. Will the Blue Hawks right the ship and win for the 61st time in school history over Winnacunnet, or will the Warriors make it 4 of the last 5 and improve to 4-0? We begin to find out next. You're watching the Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. Is your company interested in showcasing your brand to thousands of high school sports fans across New Hampshire? If not, why not? And if so, let's go. Friday Night Lights New Hampshire is seeking sponsorship partners. It's the perfect way for your company to get out in front of the moms and dads who make up our community. Help us help you, and we can grow together. If you're interested in partnering with Friday Night Lights New Hampshire, then email us at fnlnhmedia@gmail.com. That's fnlnhmedia@gmail.com. Join our team today.
Start of the fourth quarter here in Exeter. Winnacunnet with the football, a 14-7 lead on the board, and now an upcoming 3rd down and 2. Maybe 3rd and 1 after McCann gets a 5-yard run up the middle. Nick and Astis, Steve Beals with you. 2 unbeaten here on the Seacoast. Exeter 2-0, Winnacunnet 3-0. Game tied at 7 at halftime. Warriors opened up the third quarter with a lengthy drive capped off by a 19-yard touchdown run by the aforementioned Justin McCann. Or Tucker, excuse me, his brother Justin has played well defensively. They get a first down, and then they go back up the middle. Thought it was going to be 3rd and short. The officials took a second glance, apparently, and gave Winnacunnet the first down. However, that first down run goes for no gain. Bills Balls defense holds up, and officially now a 2nd down and 10 is on the way.
Yeah,
Steve, your thoughts on what we've seen here through 3 quarters?
Well, I think Coach Franco's offensive unit did a great job of finding a way to move the ball down the field. They did great hole selection. They moved it around. And the coming out, I think, calling that timeout at that time, Nick, with a crucial part of the game. When you're down, you got an opportunity. I'll finish after the play.
2nd down and 10. Exeter showing blitz on the edge. Layton Free shot at the quarterback. Tilly gets rid of it. It's complete. Gould, far sideline, waiting up for the first down.
So I was saying that I think when Coach Francoeur came out there and called that timeout, I think that was, we'll talk about this with Coach Lozon as well. Does a great job coming out there, talking to his players, keeping everybody on even keel. This is the play we're going to run. You have this responsibility. I'm watching you. That type of thing on inside these things to make sure that it's executed properly. And they got even more than they were just looking for the first down, and what do? They get a touchdown. And nice inside cut on that play, by the way, Nick.
Yeah, Gould has been big. The 80-yard score got the Warriors off to a good start in the first quarter, and they've looked his way half a dozen times since. Here's McCann, breaks 2 tackles, trying to work his way along that offensive line.
Nice job by Exeter D.
Right, cut down after only a yard gain. He is inside the Blue Hawk 40 as they spot him just shy of the 38.
Yeah, that's a nice job. Read their keys, made sure that they knew who had the ball, and then they flowed to it. They swarmed to it in big numbers. And
well, Winnacunnet.
Second down, 9?
Facing a second down and 9 after that 1-yard run. Both teams playing, of course, in a competitive East Division or East Conference in Division 1. Dover got their 3rd win last night to improve to 3-1. They played Thursday night, shutout Spalding by a score of 45-0. Meanwhile, timeout.
Wow.
Called by Coach Francoeur. That's the second charge timeout. And well, the Warriors will be left with 1, but Coach obviously
he wants it now.
Sees something here, right, that needs to be corrected. Less than 3 minutes in fourth quarter.
He knows he has possession of the ball. He knows he's been able to move the ball. He doesn't want that to stop. Recognizes that during the fourth quarter, what he wants, Nick, is another 4 or 5 minutes off the clock and get into the end zone to hit a number 3 to make it a 2-score game. He's well aware of what he has to do. Coach Ball equally is aware. He knows how important this is to stop this penetration, to get in within field goal range. Because at this point, Nick, when you have a game like this, 9:18 left in the game in the fourth quarter, he does not want to be 2 scores behind. It's here and now for both of these coaches, and they know it.
Yep. Yeah, it's been a quick-moving second half.
It has. Well, you get 6-minute drives that only go 40 yards. That's some serious slow, steady movement of the ball.
Yeah.
No time, So I totally can understand that timeout call by Coach Francoeur. He knows how important this juncture of the game is.
Second down and 8. Tilly, hand to the tail, spinning forward is Matt Alkire. We saw him rip off a long run back in the second quarter. This one is going to go for about 3. They'll spot the ball just shy of the 35-yard line, set up a 3rd down and 5.
That's what I love about high school football, Nick. We talk about it a lot, the communication and the development that goes on in a quarterback coming to the sidelines, getting a feel for what the coaches look for. It's just nothing but good stuff.
Allows the head coach perhaps to correct things quicker, more efficiently.
Without a doubt.
Within the series as well. All right, again, a 3-back look
Big
behind
play.
Tilly, under center against 5 men. Left side, holds it himself. Ball comes out.
And they got it.
Exeter's got it.
That has not worked for them today, Nick. And what do? They go back to it, and what happens? Another fumble, Nick. That has really been a difficult part of their offense. They have not executed that well. I think there's at least, it looks like Tilly is down.
Yeah, Tilly's still down. Fumble recovered by Ethan Moss. It's the 3rd lost fumble of the afternoon for Winnacunnet and their 5th turnover.
I don't.
Not a good sign. Tilly.
No, he's moving his arms. That's good. Legs are. He's just in. Yeah, he's moving his feet.
He's in some obvious pain.
Thank God for that.
The trainer back on the field. Again, that's Catherine Van Wert, who has been busy in this second half.
That's his brother there going out making sure he's okay.
The Exeter training as well as Coach Francoeur. And official Paul Page talking it over.
But he is moving his hands, and I saw him moving his legs there. So,
2-year starter.
Yeah, he's getting back up right now.
And really one of the better dual threats in the state.
Absolutely.
Well,
Nick,
it's a good sign. He's on his own.
Great sign.
He's going to walk to the sideline under his own power.
But that option not worked for them today. It's been very costly, and that's 2 turnovers anyway.
On the option.
On the option, yeah.
And again, the third on the ground.
On the ground, yeah.
In general.
So that is
a couple of interceptions as well. So 5 turnovers. And yet the Warriors still have a 14-7 lead. Only 1 giveaway on the other side for Exeter.
Yep. And Exeter has all 3 of their timeouts left as we work down with 8 minutes, 28 seconds left.
Yep. Here comes this Exeter crowd.
Wow. Fans are getting into it now. They knew how important that turnover was.
McGinley back under center. Winnacunnet going to show blitz on first down. Pitch taken left side by Ireland. And he's going to stumble his way. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Again, the pursuit has been impressive for Winnacunnet. Zano, who came up with the interception for Winnacunnet in the second half, makes the tackle. So 2-yard gain turns into 2nd down and 8. Already 4 minutes gone by fourth quarter.
How about these defenses on both Winnacunnet and Exeter, Nick? These are why this team, both of these teams are championship contenders for sure. No one's going to question that.
Right.
And they're playing like it, both of them today. Great defenses.
Wing T look this time on 2nd down and 8. McGinley fakes the handoff, throws one deep down the far sideline. Incomplete. Overthrew DeTore by a good 5, maybe 6 yards. And now a 3rd and 8, maybe another passing down here for Coach Ball.
Yeah, I was surprised he passed there. He was looking for it all on that play, but now it's 3rd down and 9, Nick. Be a very interesting call what they do here. This offense is designed to get 3 to 5 yards a pop.
Well, the Winnacunnet secondary, you can see communicating right now pre-snap. Trying to get perhaps anticipating the pass. 3rd and 9 officially. Ball just shy of the 31-yard line of Exeter. Blue Hawks with McGinley under center. 4 down linemen for the Warriors. They go to the air. It's a short pass near side, taken in the flat by Layton, and he's not going to get much.
Nope.
Well shy of the first down, tackled at about the 33-yard line.
If you're a Warrior fan, you ought to be proud of this defensive unit, Nick, because they read the whole thing. They're disciplined. They're in the right position. They're playing their first key, and then when that passes by, they go after the man with the ball. Just a terrific job on defense today.
So a disappointing result for Exeter after turnover. They go 3 and out. Layton with a line drive kick. It's going to take a bounce at the Warrior 35 and roll inside the 30.
Going to leave it alone.
And they'll down it at the 28.
Whoa, watch out here. Got a little altercation going on the field. Everybody's good. Yeah, their players did a good job getting them off the field, but
it was Weiberg mixing it up with Owen Bateman. A couple of seniors. No flags. And now Winnacunnet back to work with a 7-point lead, trying to put this one on ice on the road.
Bateman having a good coach talking to over there on the sideline, saying, hey, look, it's not about you, pal. You got to calm your emotions. It's don't take one give one to the team.
It's a fine line between not backing down and going overboard.
Yeah, at this point you got to run away from it as fast as you can and don't get sucked into it. And both of them really were. I mean, it's just good, hard football. The emotions ran high through the moment. Coaches did a great job, and players separating till it calmed down.
5 minutes in, fourth quarter. Winnacunnet a 14-7 lead on the board. They take over at their own 27 officially. And the first play from scrimmage is a dive. It's not going to get much, maybe a couple.
Exeter defensive line, great job up there of holding their position.
With Bradley Richards, one of the linebackers, the junior on the stop. McCann, another carry. Gets 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8 as we move towards the midway point. Fourth quarter. Winnacunnet looking to run as much clock as possible. They're putting together some lengthy drives, particularly the one that opened the second half. And right now is the difference. They got a touchdown on the board from 19 yards out.
That's a
screen to Gould. They scored on this play to begin the game. Penalty won't get much here. A couple of flags fly, though, at the end of that run.
There's a lot. There's at least 2 flags down, Nick?
Yeah, the side judge And I think the referee himself pitched through the other.
Yep.
Let's see.
It's got to be holding, yeah.
A block of the back for hold. Either way, it's against Winnacunnet. Not a whole lot of penalties either way, Steve.
Not the second half, no. There was a few penalties in the first half.
Oh, you're right. Not too many.
Not too many, really. We see them come out last night.
Saw a few last night in that Londonderry Pinkerton game.
Yep. Cadence-type penalties, offside, A
lot of pre-snap.
A lot of pre-snap stuff.
Penalties that hurt Pinkerton in particular.
Yeah, I watched the game that we did last night after the this morning, and you could visibly see that, that Coach O'Reilly, he had a game plan to hold the ball, to consistently run, to play there, and those penalties just really cost him in the first half, because I thought they had kind of a little bit of an advantage in the first half, and the penalties
they
cost them.
had 4 or 5 procedural penalties in the first half alone last night.
A little running space here.
Pitch, McCann. It's going to close quickly, though, and he's going to end up short of the original line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Following that block in the back call. So they redid second down there, and now it'll be third and about 14. Maybe 13. Ball just shy of 25. So Exeter need to get the defense off the field with a stop here. It should leave them with about 4 minutes or so for the offense to do their thing. Clock ticking down right now towards the 5-minute mark.
Big third down. Look at Exeter. They feel like they're going to go back here. Big defensive play for them.
Exeter fans stomping on the bleachers. Tilly back to throw. Leighton is coming hard for the sack. Untouched on the blind side.
Corner blitz.
They dial it up at the right time, and Nathaniel Leighton for the big sack there. Punt time for Winnacunnet. Exeter gets the stop that they need.
Yeah, those are the ones 10 years from now he's going to remember and wish he could still do. Because unless he's going to play in the NFL, it all ends, maximum 4 years afterwards.
But
that's what it's all about right there.
The ultimate dream of an edge rusher.
Absolutely.
An unabated path to the blind side with the quarterback clueless.
That's a great play. Great call.
4th and 21 officially. The punt will come from inside the 5. It's sky high off the right foot of Jacob Bakery. Returned by Dettori. Made one man miss, but not a second. Yeah, Bateman finished him off.
Wow. These teams.
Good field position for Exeter. They're going to begin technically in Winnacunnet territory at the 49-yard line.
It is, but when you look at all 3 phases of the game, these teams are just that they do all the little things that happen in outside of just typical offense and defense. They do all the other things well.
The punting game has been sharp both ways.
Yep.
That one, high elevation, get your gunners downfield, get an extra second or so.
And they got there.
All 3 of those, right. All right, Exeter.
Crowd noise is good.
This may be their last chance, Steve. 4 minutes and 14 seconds. They're down 7. Got to go 49 yards.
I love this kind of football.
To the end zone. T formation, McGinley facing a blitz, under center, long count, takes the snap, rolls to his right, and is going to be dragged down from behind.
Yeah, they'll give him forward progress on the 48, 49, Nick. 49 looks like.
Jack McCann has played outstanding in the middle of that 3-4.
He sure is.
Along with Alkire.
Well, you've seen a good one, folks.
Yeah, Alkire and McCann, the 2 inside linebackers, have diagnosed it correctly more often than not this afternoon.
It's been a total team effort. When Exeter has tried to go in the middle, they've been able to foil that for the most part. Exeter was able to run off tackle fairly well there in the second and part of the third quarter, Nick, but they've closed that down too. So we'll see what Coach Ball's got in the bag here.
One receiver off to the left side. Pre-snap shift, tight end now comes right. McGinley, double handoff. Wow, that's going to get closed down as Leighton is going to be dropped for about a 3-yard loss. Capizzuto and company. Frederick's down there as well. Hit on the stop there as they scissor Leighton for a big loss. Now 3rd and a lengthy 12 on the way, and that clock ticking down to 3 minutes.
Yeah, you got to realize this defensive fronts that you're seeing out here, this defensive work, the body of work that you've seen in this game is going against Exeter. Championship caliber team. That's how good Winnacunnet's defense is. And they're playing like that today. Big play here. I don't know. I think this is 2 down territory, Nick.
I think it's got to be.
Not
enough time.
3 timeouts or not.
Right. McGinley looking, tucking, and he's going to be dropped.
Wow.
Another sack by Winnacunnet. First on the scene, LeBron Miller. We've said his name a few times tonight. He's looked good, and good to see, by the way, Jake Frederick's back out there after what looked like a lower leg injury earlier. He's in on the tackle there. So 4th down.
Coach Franco is all over it this game, Nick. He is so animated.
Coach Ball has to punt now.
Oh, has to. He has no choice. He's got 3 timeouts, so there is a possibility. But the
4th and 15, 2 minutes to go. The punt is going to come from Leighton. It's a wobbler. It's a short kick down the near sideline.
That's not.
No, it took a Winnacunnet bounce as well before it was down at the 35-yard line. So here we go. 3 timeouts in the back pocket for the old Ball coach. Bill Ball, 44 years in the program, 29 as the head coach. Going to see what he can do from the sideline here, but it's going to be up to the defense to prevent the first down, basically, with 1:53 to go.
So you're going to see 3. You're going to see 3 timeouts called here. Assuming, I can't imagine that Winnacunnet's going to throw the ball, Nick. I can't imagine it. Coach Francoeur is really getting very conservative in the second half, and it's worked for him very, very well.
Warriors got to protect the football. 5 turnovers.
Yep.
You don't want number 6 here. First down and 10. Ball spotted just shy of the Winnacunnet 35-yard line. 5-man front for Exeter. Handoff right side is again over the guard. And again, it's snubbed out.
10 figures, 2 arms on the football, Nick. That's what you're going to see every single play here.
Timeout, Winnacunnet?
Yep.
No, timeout, Exeter. Tackle there.
Timeout, Winnacunnet. You scared the heck out of me there, Nick. I can't imagine
make
that.
Sure you were listening.
Wow. You're keeping me focused here. I was going to say, did I miss something?
Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. 4 seconds went off the clock there. 1:49 remain. Coming up after the game, a look back at this one, a defensive matchup. It's been fun here from Exeter. We'll recap all 4 quarters of action, recap scores as well. We'll just kind of put a big bow on the whole weekend.
It's been a great weekend for football.
Has.
Wow.
And hard to believe, Steve, but we're already almost at the midway point of the regular season.
Yeah, it doesn't seem fair. I think if the NFL extends a season, I think the high school should. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't mind if they did, but Pete, take care. And Pete Terrier up here from the New Hampshire Sports Page.
Yeah,
walking through,
heading down to the field, I think,
for the interviews.
Game.
Yep.
Still some business though with 1:49. 2nd down and 8. Winnacunnet eyeing the first down that may put the game on ice. They go back up the middle. Leighton is right there to close the hole for Exeter. As Alkire gets up to about the 38-yard line. Another timeout obviously freezes things with 1:44.
Yeah, I mean, it only took 5 seconds. It was at 1:55 or something, so it's been 2 plays, essentially 11 seconds. Coach Ball right out there getting those timeouts called right away. He knows his opportunity is on when they punt. He knows that's his opportunity to make something happen.
Now, let me ask you this. You throw here if you're Winnacunnet.
No, you trust
them use the timeout.
You trust them. Make them use the timeout. Now they got no timeouts left, so they can't stop the clock. But most importantly,
unless you pick it up on the ground,
don't let the defense not win this game for you, Nick. They've won it. They follow you the whole game.
True.
You got to let them. You got to put them on the field. So we talked about this. Special teams in these situations and the execution. I would not kick it to Exeter to the player. I would kick it down the field towards the sideline and let it roll out of bounds, up the clock. Not on purposely, but it's going to happen on change of possession.
3rd and 6.
But like you said,
first down ends. Steve, I think the pass option is still on the table. We'll see.
I can't believe.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You trust your defense has got you to this point.
All right. The band pounding the drums. Exeter's defense needs a stop. Winnacunnet trying to win the football game with a first down. They'll pitch, and then they're going to throw, Steve, down the far sideline. Gould, a sliding catch.
No good. It's off the ground. No good.
A delayed call from the back judge. He says no.
And what happened? Oh, that was on the ground. They stopped the clock, Nick.
They stopped the clock. They got back.
That's why I would have just.
Timeout still left.
That's why I would have just run it. Now they can save a timeout.
The game's over.
Yeah, but give it to your defense to win the game. I'm not saying that the play wasn't well designed. I'm not saying any of that. But you let your defense. Look, they're still in a great play too. They're still in a great position. And there's an argument to go for that when you're away. Seal it when you're away. Don't I get it. But again, these are just opinions. Coach Francoeur defense
makes it fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Francoeur's defense has done it for him all game. What you don't want to do is create a situation where all that errant pass like that, it was kind of low and behind. You get that thing picked off, you do a pick six.
Right. Low snap.
Whoa.
That one nearly blocked. That's the other problem, though, with the punt. Is you run the risk of getting it blocked or having a bad snap or turning it over deep in your own end.
So it worked out well for them, but the only thing is there was
no return by Exeter.
No return. I'm surprised that you don't go after that and try to make a return out of it. Field position at 127 with an Exeter-style offense, with a ground and pound offense, is a long way to go. So
you're right.
Yeah,
78 yards now between the football and the end zone.
You cannot, Nick. I agree with you. You can't argue with a call and the quality of the play. It was wonderfully designed. However, did you have to do that? I wouldn't. Coach Francoeur rolled the dice, but guess what? He did a good punt there. They had a good punt, and now he's got his defense on the field deep in the Exeter zone.
All right, so let's see what McGinley can do with one timeout. A 1st and 10 from their own 22. They're going to throw a slant.
There you go. It's all over.
Picked off. This is Owen Bateman. He's going to bring it back inside the 10 and tackle just shy of the 5-yard line, and that should just about do it with 1:19 remaining.
And the Warrior crowd going wild over there, and the visitors is probably, Nick, 300-400 over there? At least 250, 300.
Yeah, at least. A lot of students for sure, all dressed in white, and they're waving their towels and pom-poms. Steve, in the end, you were right. The defense proving that they were in charge really all afternoon. You trust the defense. They do it, and they come up with just the second Exeter turnover of the game.
Yep. They've done a terrific job. A lot of this is positioning on plays. They have their defensive backs in just the right position, Nick.
A lot of Exeter fans looking for the exit.
Well, Exeter's
the
writing
writing is
today
on the wall here as the Warriors don't even need to run another play. They can take a couple of knees, and I think they will. Although, let's see. Under center is Tilly, and there's the right knee.
There's some class right there.
Yep.
Class and respect. What goes around comes around. Coach Francoeur knows he's got the game. That's the last time out that I imagine that.
I don't think they're going to use it.
They're not even going to use it.
No.
Nope. Yeah.
I just saw Coach Ball go like this.
Yeah.
Saying nope.
Just run it out.
Yep.
A lot of respect. I respect both of these coaches immensely, Nick.
So Winnacunnet going to be 4-0. And again, number one in the minds of many coming into this game, and I think they may have convinced even more people that they may be the best team in Division I. They're going to win this one 14-7.
They are, Nick, but don't count out Londonderry's defensive stand last night. They were incredible. They are on a roll. Those players play with the same kind of emotion. You've got Salem. Don't count Salem out, folks. They've played a tough schedule in the beginning. They're going to heal. They're going to get on the road.
Of course, Astro's still 3-1.
Astro's still 3-1.
Is still 3-1.
Right. The last thing you want to do is give Coach Brian O'Reilly game film. Same with Now we've got game film here, so nobody's got to go around hunting for other game films to get matchup. In the East, they got what they wanted. In the South, they got what they wanted with those two teams. And
so they're waving the Winnacunnet Warrior flag on that far sideline in victory here at Eustis Field as they come into Bill Ball Stadium and come out with a 14-7 win to improve to 4-0 on this young season. Exeter, they suffer their first setback and now sit at 2-1. A defensive
two
game
coaches
for sure, as both
two competitors right there.
These two well-respected head coaches shake hands down on the field.
And let's call attention. Let's not forget and call attention to what happened there when they could have possibly run that ball in, made it 21-7. Nick, Coach Ryan Francoeur, a veteran, as far as and showed class.
Yeah.
You get down on you recognize you've won the game, and I like that kind of stuff because what that does is shows his team the kind of guy he is, and we know the kind of guy Coach Ball is. These are just two great Titans going after it.
I think you're asking for a problem if you run it in.
I wouldn't do that to Coach Ball.
Right, I would not do that.
I wouldn't do that, and he didn't, and to his credit.
All right, Full recap when we come back. Winnacunnet a Warrior, Winnacunnet a winner, as the Warriors take it 14-7. You're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. It's presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. Is your company interested in showcasing your brand to thousands of high school sports fans across New Hampshire? If not, why not? And if so, let's go. Friday Night Lights New Hampshire is seeking sponsorship partners. It's the perfect way for your company to get out in front of the moms and dads who make up our community. Help us help you, and we can grow together. If you're interested in partnering with Friday Night Lights New Hampshire, then email us at fnlnhmedia@gmail.com. That's fnlnhmedia@gmail.com. Join our team today.
Here it is right here, Nick. I got it. It's close. Go.
Back here in Exeter, Winnacunnet, a 14-7 win over the Blue Hawks. Warriors now 4-0. Exeter slips to 2-1. And the story really was on the defensive side when you look at these two teams this afternoon. Although you wouldn't have thought it 3 minutes into the game. That's when Warriors got on the board. Tilly to Gould, an 80-yard touchdown hookup. Made it 7-0 Winnacunnet. However, the Exeter defense presented the Warrior offense with problems for the rest of the first half as the Blue Hawks came up with 4 takeaways before halftime. One of them set up a 3-yard touchdown run for Jacob Weiberg that tied the game at 7. That was our halftime score. Then the Warriors set the tone coming out of the break. Nearly a 7-minute-long drive that resulted in a 19-yard touchdown run for Tucker McCann. Exeter came close, ended up with 5 takeaways in this one, but with just over a minute to go.
Wow.
Yeah, 5-2, the turnover battle.
Wow.
And again, the second turnover is the one that sealed the deal. An interception by Owen Bateman with just a minute 19 put this one on ice. So the Warriors, they get it done 42-7 over Concord, 47-0 last week over Spalding. This time the defense arrives and carries the day. 14-7 is the final.
Yeah, defense on both sides of the ball, Nick. I mean, you got to realize what I know it's a tough loss for Exeter, but you got to realize they held Winnacunnet to 14 points. Nobody has been able to do that. Bedford, nobody has been able to do that. And so let's not get too far ahead of our skis and not recognize this game is 14-7. It's that close between these two teams.
Sure,
it's going to be another battle, I'm sure, coming ahead.
Two of the top 5 teams,
not even a question
in
about
Division
it.
One.
And but the defensive swarm,
in my opinion,
of Winnacunnet. Every time it looked like there was some open off-tackle running room, those cornerbacks and outside linebackers would come up and then there'd be a backside lineman running down, sprinting down the sideline, and just bang, bang, bang. I mean, you just saw it, and play after play after play. And you could see it was frustrating because Exeter is so used to being able to make those choices of the point of attack they want, and they succeed against everybody. But just wasn't to be today. To hold Exeter to 7 points, to hold Winnacunnet to 14, Nick, that is a feat on both sides of the ball.
So the Warriors still undefeated. Londonderry also undefeated after they win last night.
Yep.
In Pinkerton, 21-10.
Those are the only two left, right?
Well,
in D1. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hang on.
Yep.
I got a surprise coming for you, by the way.
All right, buddy.
Other 3-1 teams. Dover, they won Thursday night over Spalding. North, they lost last night to South by a point, 43-42. So the Titans are 3-1.
You're not going to tell me Goffstown beat Bedford?
Well, that game is going on right now as we take a look at the Saturday scores. And at the start of the fourth quarter, Goffstown holding a 21-7 lead over Bedford.
Yeah. Is that in Goffstown?
I think so.
Yeah, what else is new? Going to Goffstown's a tough place to play, Nick.
Still a full 12 minutes there, but the Bulldogs Down 2 touchdowns.
That's big news right there.
Goffstown has not played since opening night, by the way.
And Roger Brown has said, he picked Goffstown pretty high in the seed. He says they're just not playing like typical Goffstown, but looks like Coach has got them in this game.
3 weeks to get him ready. It seems like it did the trick.
Right.
Big matchup in Division 2. It's halftime. Timberlane leading Plymouth 21-7.
Yep.
Two of the better teams in the division there. Back to D1. Sorry, I missed this one. Portsmouth, no trouble with Concord right now in a high-scoring game, 41-21.
Yeah.
That one late in the third quarter.
Portsmouth's good football team.
Back to the lower divisions. Lebanon over Guilford, 14-0. That's in the first quarter. And my boys got it done. Manchester West.
Wow, got a win.
40-24 win over Hillsborough Deering.
So what are they, 2-3?
We'll take it.
Are they 2-3?
It's only been 4 weeks in the season.
No, 2-2? I don't know. Is that their first win?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I think that's their 2-2.
All right. That just about does it for us. Steve, your final thoughts on what was an impressive win for Winnacunnet today, 14-7.
I think this is when you hear the cliche that defense wins championships, defense wins the big important games. I think we saw that today, and I think that my hat's off to Ryan Franco. We had him on gridiron on Thursday night, and he looked like you could just tell he was ready and he was up for this. He wasn't looking, oh boy, excellent. He was saying, I want this game.
Right.
And you saw him. He coached his butt off out there today, and very proud of him and very proud of both of these teams. Both of these teams are Division I championship. Any one of these teams could take it all the way. I think we've seen 4 teams in the last 24 hours, Nick, that could take it all the way, and some others beyond that. We was talking to Ben about that, closing thought, and we were saying Division I is what Division I should be. There's a parity out there that you talked about at the beginning of the game that's going to make this, and there's some, who knows what Goffstown's going to do? Who knows what Portsmouth's going to do? Who knows what Dover's going to do? I mean, let's just not count people out because there's just a lot of great football teams that could progress very
That's a
rapidly.
good point. I mean, again, Portsmouth they're looking for their third win today on their way. So it's going to be interesting as this thing continues to go down the road.
Remember, that game in Bedford, the game in Portsmouth at Bedford, very good football team in Bedford, was looked like, when you read the score, that wasn't indicative of the vast majority of that game. And Portsmouth, I was talking to Ben about it earlier, they got some potential to make some changes on the O-line, maybe play some guys both ways and see what they can do when it gets down to the wire. But we've got a great run. It's been an enjoyable weekend, Nick. I've looked forward. I knew it was going to be good, but it's worked out to be tremendous.
All right. I want to thank Bill Ball and his staff here at Exeter.
What a place to come.
Helping us out. Our friends up here in the press box providing information. We appreciate our folks over at Brewhawk Media as well. Of course, our crew at Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire.
Working hard out there.
Yep. Working our way through some
cellular
behind-the-scene technical issues. John Barron, Craig Incardoni doing a great job as our videographers. Of course, our director, the man behind the curtain, is Ben Beals. My partner, executive producer, Steve Beals. My name, Nick Anastas, saying so long. Final score, final time. Winnacunnet 14, Exeter 7. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.